All right, let's take attendance. Steve, present. Mitt, not present. T-Rex, present and eager to start the day, as always. Wow, you can see the dew in the grass. Even though it was a dry night in the atmosphere, very wet night on the ground. That's dew, and Linda's been complaining in Princeton. She says even when it's not raining, you get these clear, cold nights, and you get dew in the grass that doesn't evaporate until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So the ground is just saturated, and here comes another one. All right, let me back up and make sure that Mitt doesn't escape, because Mitt will come out this door. We don't want to have to chase him around. I'd say the immediate story beyond the gathering weekend storm is the smoke in the sky out in that direction. It's practically opaque. Smoke in the sky over Maine. There it is on the satellite. While we're on the satellite, why don't we show the wide view that goes all the way down the coast to off of Florida? See all those streaks of convection, tall bubbling clouds and offshore thunderstorms from Florida and the Bahamas up to east of the Carolinas? That is our gathering third Saturday hybrid storm in 3 weeks. Hybrid meaning, I don't know how this wind is affecting me. You know, last night the flag actually went still. I thought maybe this morning I could do a video without a wind problem. I've got my headset on, but I just moved my hand. Does it sound different? But also the 2 microphones on the camera are also working. So I have 3 microphones competing. I have to figure out how to fix that. Sorry, I know you just came here to hear the weather. This is a stratocumulus cloud. It's an early shot over the bow coming in off of the ocean. For most of New England, it's a pretty nice day again today, with the sun shining through the smoke, an orange sun. I mean, this is going to be one of the smokiest days we've had. Sean in the Adirondacks asked me, can I do a long-range smoke forecast for a weekend hike? I can't. This smoke that forecast I use right here, it only goes out a day. But you can see there's just a pool of smoke, and it's kind of caught in a really weak flow aloft. There's more wind down near the ground than there is up in the sky, and that weak flow aloft, even regardless of what happens over the weekend, that smoke is still going to be there. So it is going to be smoky for hiking, but I think the smoke might be high enough in the atmosphere that it's not really that unhealthy. We'll see. That smoke forecast was for today, and I'm just telling you what's going to happen over the weekend. All right, so what is going to happen over the weekend? Right now, we have a strong high-pressure system. Yesterday, I called it the defensive line. It's holding strong. Temperatures this morning, once again, even colder than yesterday morning. This morning, about 37 degrees. Is that right? Around Orange, Massachusetts. So last couple of mornings, regardless of not having a frost advisory, we've had spots of frost the last 2 mornings in parts of New England that weren't really in the forecast. We knew it was going to be cool, and it hasn't been a widespread frost yet. Anyhow, this cold air is in place, and it's not really going anywhere. So I think we're going to have to apply the lean cold rule. This high pressure system wants to hold steady. It is going to be warming on the backside of that high, but the backside of the high is way back in the Great Lakes and South Central Canada. So there's going to be old cold in place here, just sitting here for the next 3 days. So the clouds are going to increase today slowly. It's not a bad day. Warmer inland. Tomorrow, clouds and heavy rain comes into the Connecticut coast. And then that heavy rain is going to slowly expand to the north and east on Friday night and Saturday. So that's tomorrow night, and Saturday looks like a hybrid nor'easter. And everyone's talking about the differences in the models and hemming and hawing on how much rain. Well, the fact that we have old cold in place, and let's look at the a vertical profile of the atmosphere on Saturday, hypothetically here. Let's start down near the ground. That's a 30-knot wind from the east-northeast over Nantucket Sound. And then we go up to 925 millibars. This is the 2,500-foot level. And you can see the air is coming from north of Bermuda all the way into Cape Cod and eastern Massachusetts. So that's a rich, almost tropical feed of strong air, 30 to 40 knots from the southeast. Now let's go to 700 millibars. That's up around 10,000 feet. And look at the blue spot there on the coast of Maine and the blue-green shades across Massachusetts, southern New Hampshire. That's cold air, old cold air. So we're going to have overrunning from the southeast into that old cold. It's going to wring out the rainfall. And once again, I think we're dealing with rain much heavier, much further north than anticipated. I know that really happened last week, and this Lee wasn't so much. Lee behaved a little bit. That was 2 weeks ago. So this is no Lee, and it's different than last week, but it's going to feel a little bit like last week. I mean, let's go up to 300. This is the very top of the atmosphere, 200 millibars even. See the air coming in from the south and eastern New England, from the north in New York. That's an upper level, weak flow, but also that produces that overrunning. I'm just showing you all these pieces of the puzzle, and this is why I'm leaning toward, not completely buying, but leaning toward the Euro solution on rainfall, which is just keeps going up. Every time we look at it, it's farther north and it's heavier. Yeah, that's 3 to 5, more than 5 inches now. It looks like centered right over Scituate. Let's go to a close-up, Scituate, Massachusetts, close-up of the high-resolution, detailed precipitation amounts, and it shows close to 6 inches right here at my house in North Weymouth. That would be mostly Saturday, so there's a citizens flood watch in effect. Sunday's going to turn beautiful. We're all going to be beautiful. There may still be smoke in the sky, but the temperature's going to rebound. The wind's going to go light. So Sunday is a pick day. So sorry about that. So many plans for this Saturday. Nantucket Sound, there's this thing called the Poker Run, where the boats run from Hyannis to Martha's Vineyard. It's a fundraiser. They've put it off the last 2 Saturdays in a row, or 3 Saturdays in a row. I've lost count. And unfortunately, it looks like a nor'easter for this Saturday also. And what about the tropics? You got Philippe weakening, defying all the forecasts. It was supposed to go up toward Bermuda. Now it's going to come kind of meander and limp in toward the Caribbean. And right behind Philippe is Rena. And Rena and Philippe pretty close together. And look what happens. Watch this. I made this joke on Twitter this morning. Philippe and Rena up in a tree. Kissing. First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes Philippe and Rena's child and a baby carriage as they merge and form into one storm near Bermuda next week. So that's not a done deal. I guess the best news here is that after this Saturday debacle, we're going to have warm to record warm air coming in here, and the middle of next week we're going to be pushing 80 degrees in much of New England. Record warmth is possible. And then you want to see the 700 millibar national going way out to next weekend and beyond, the 10-day. Uh-oh, following record warmth, you know what usually happens. Record cold is possible over the Great Lakes with the first lake effect snows of the season in about 240 hours. What's that? That's, I don't know, somewhere around October 7th or so. Garden's hanging on. Yesterday I went to Cape Cod. You haven't had a Cape Cod update in a while, so I'll leave you with some scenes from Cape Cod and Bass River water test, and talking about the birds, appreciating the flora and the fauna, and appreciating the birds and the signals that nature gives you. The osprey are gone for the most part, although I thought I heard a baby. And the appreciation for the worm farm, what that supplies me, and also signals from the squirrels on possible upcoming winter. Yeah, a lot to do. Today, the jet stream comes out of the water. That's a boat. We'll talk about that tomorrow. And more on the tropics and a more detailed rainfall forecast. It could get pretty serious in some spots. I'm taking the Euro. Talk to you later. 8:30. My favorite morning show is Bob and LBF, WROR. They make me laugh. Stratocumulus coming in off the ocean as we head for the Cape Cod Canal. Kind of brisk here in Bass River. We're going to do our test on our familiar dock, but you know, things age, and we all age and we all fall apart a little, and then we have to be rebuilt a little bit. We will rebuild, and we'll also change docks.
We will overcome.
There's another one right there. Hey, and there's my neighborhood over there. Tallest tree in South Venice, right in my yard. That one that sticks out right there. Wow. Oxygen, nitrogen, nutrients, chlorophyll, temperature, salinity. Dissolved oxygen, though, I think is the most important. We need more oxygen, less nitrogen. A lot of carbon up in the sky. Particulates, smoke from fires way up in Canada. All the way to Cape Cod today. Love the resilience of trees. That oak tree's been down for some time. It's just kind of going sideways. Its roots are still up in the banking. And it's growing. Brackish. I would assume that water's somewhat brackish. Maybe it's brackish oak tree. Stopping in for some seed fertilizer and learning about the festivals. Winegrass Music Festival, Truro, October 1st, Taylor Farm, October 7th, Wool Fair, October 7th, Dennis, Yarmouth, Truro, Smoke in the Sky. Beanie, Maggie, where you going? That was fun. You were actually being nice and fun and happy.
Maggie, what you doing?
Maggie, what are you doing? You come here. You come here. Yeah. What are you doing? Go get it.
Can I go get him? Go get him.
Yeah, yeah. We love dogs. We love dogs. Come here. You come here. You come here. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? No eagles today, but we got osprey. The juvenile osprey have not gone south yet. How do they even know their way? Their parents left without them. Do you know the way? Do you know how to focus on an osprey? iPhone 15 Pro, come on. Pretty far away though, isn't it? So there's the nest right there. I think for the most part the geese don't go south anymore. The season has ended for the boaters, not completely, but enough that the birds can take over many of the docks. I'm not sure if this one comes out for the winter or not. It's kind of messy down there. Hey Tim, why do you have worm farms? Well, I get to reap the rewards. So that's this year's leaves and grass, and then this is a couple of years ago, and then this is 3 years ago. It's all nice loam, and I got some little bit of bag of dehydrated cow manure, and I mixed it with my loam and some grass seed, and I can go around and now spot the yard with some new grass seed and try and make the lawn even more lush, if it's possible to have a more lush lawn than what we have this year. Tremendous, sort of once in a lifetime summer for growing grass. Lastly, for our Thursday and more, shot on this Wednesday in a smoky sky, cormorants. Blue jay. How are your oak trees doing? How's the acorn drop going? Squirrels have been very busy around here. Empty shells, a lot of empty shells. I think the squirrels have a clue as to how bad this winter's gonna be. You missed one. So the squirrels are stocking up. I think we better stock up too. Sign of the times. Still working on that Bastardi winter forecast. Maybe today's the day. Although the jet stream is coming out of the water. Always something to do, isn't there? There. Is there a word? Going over there. Test the water. I'm going to go over there. Test the sky. Up there, over there, and over there. Up there. This is 148 Pleasant Street. Northeast Atomic Minerals. Shade Tree Supercar Works. I wish it was here. I want to learn more about this. Any excuse to take a tour around Bass River. Love it. Haven't been over here in a while. Allison, you're around here somewhere, right? It's a party on that boat? I can see some people out there on that boat. How do I get there? There it is, right there.